There it is, guys. We are back for, what is today? Round 3 Showdown? Yeah, I already did a stream today, so everything seems a little off. But we are back for Round 3 Showdown. It's the Showdown Hoedown. If you don't know by now, I'm the Degenerate 75. I'm a high-limit PGA DFS player that's also, if you didn't see on the Wednesday night stream, moving into football. I'm going to start providing college football and NFL football content and DFS, and using all the things that I help my people do better at PGA, I'm going to apply that over to college football and NFL. So if you're a fan of my shit, well, you're about to get a lot more of me, so deal with it. Go check me out on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could always use a couple more follows over there, but more importantly, you're here on YouTube, so go drop a like and a sub here. I'd really appreciate it. Let's see. We just finished round 2. We got the cut. It is T60 and ties. I did a little cut sweat stream earlier thinking maybe we'd get to T65, but then guys in the afternoon said, fuck it. We'll just birdie everything. And so they did. So that's where we're at. We are at a -2 cut line. And so, of course, who is the #1 guy I played this week? Right here, you can see it. I'm on Cut Sweats right now. If you don't know, go check out Cut Sweats, the coolest website ever. Use the promo code DEGEN75, DEGEN 75, all lowercase. You get half off the first month. Who is my #1 guy this week? The fucking loser himself, Rory McIlroy. He's just allergic to being good. He's allergic to it. He has a tremendous success allergy, and anytime it starts to happen, his eyes get poofy, he can't fucking see, and he just melts down. So when your #1 guy misses the cut, you can kind of assume it's not a very good 6 of 6 week. Fortunately, I have a lot of really nice 5 of 6s. DraftKings did this really cool thing this week. It was like $500 to enter for some of the VIPs, and they're doing it just like the playoffs, where it's like the top 100. There's 100 of us, and then it cuts down to 70. It cuts down to 30. I'll definitely make the cut on that. So we're on to the top 70 at that. That has some nice prize pools at the Tour Championship in a couple weeks. What the fuck ever, you know? I cleaned up at Showdown today. Did very well. I told everybody on my Discord, go play all the morning guys, and I want to get a little preachy for a second. Today at Showdown, there was, I think it ended up being about a half a shot difference. And if you go look at the top 10 of the big $15 day, or really go look at any of the GPPs today, literally every single winning lineup or lineups that hit big did a 5-to-1 ratio or a 6-to-0 ratio. And I even saw one that did a 4-to-2 ratio. That's AM guys to PM guys, right? So people understood to play the morning guys. And the reason you do that is just because a half a shot may not sound like that much, but when the scoring conditions are perfect, it allows for the best rounds to happen. And that's what you're chasing when you're doing Showdown. You're just chasing the absolute best rounds, and that's why you want to get those guys in the perfect scoring conditions. But please hear me on this one point. If you're ever going to pivot off of the obvious better wave, like today was definitely going to be a more favorable wave to the AM, only do it with studs, right? Because every slap dick that went off today that would have won you a GPP, you know, that 3% guy you need to win it, all of them were in the morning wave, right? The only guys that really did good in the afternoon wave were, you know, Fitzpatrick, which I guess did pretty solid, Cam Smith, people like that, fucking studs, right? So that's something to consider. If you're ever going to play a one-off from the bad wave, make sure it's always a stud. That would be my lesson to you today. But all I did, I literally played all 18 guys from the morning wave, and I cashed all over the place. It was a very good day at Showdown. Didn't quite have the nuts, but still profited. Played the edge. You got picks. I play the game. That's the difference between you and me. That's why I can be a long-term winner. And every week, you know, you're just thinking, why do I never win at this? Well, that's fucking why. Because you got picks. I don't got picks. I don't give a fuck. Obviously, I don't give a fuck. I played loser-ass Rory. So that's it. That's it. So do we have any great 6 of 6s? Well, actually, I do have one I think is in the top 300 of the $5, but whatever. You know, it's nothing great. We'll try to grind out a profit. I'll try to make some of it back at Showdown. We'll see what happens. You know, all we can do is try to play the edge. I came on, I did a special video. If you don't know, I have this Patreon for all my guys, and then they get connected to the Discord. I went on, made a special video last night, said, hey, go play these guys. Here's some guys to play. My dude Nick was winning the fucking tournament all day, and then at the very end, I believe he fell to 9th. And, you know, he had the fucking nuts lineup. He had 4 slap dicks from the morning wave that all went off. Unfortunately, his 2 studs, Xander and Cantlay, did okay. But, like, if they just get him 40 points apiece, which isn't even that great of a Showdown round, he fucking wins going away. So he was in one of those rare positions where he nailed all 4 slap dicks and missed the 2 studs. Well, I guess Will Zalatoris wasn't really a slap dick, but based on his ownership, he was pretty low. We have a great community over there. If you're interested in it, you want to support the channel, you want to get more of content of me, well, go check that out, okay? But moving along, what we're here for today is contest selection. Tomorrow is round 3, and let's give it up to DraftKings. I love when they do this $50,000 to first out of a $200,000 prize pool. That 25% to first as opposed to 1/3 to first makes all the difference. It makes this much more palatable to play in. So I will definitely be up in that $5 mile. I also really like the 555. If you're wanting to do $1,000, I would say you probably better throw in 2 lineups in here because look at that tremendous flat payout structure. You can never go wrong with the $100 and the $200 as always. Oh, look at this. 3 tickets. What is this? Final stretch PGA. I didn't even see this. The 100-player contest features $13,000. Oh, so this is a chance to win a couple Mega Million tickets. Okay, never mind. Fuck that. $33 single entry. You can't go wrong. $12 single entry. These are all good. Looks like they got a lot of satellites. I guess they're getting really nervous about their 444 filling because they are pumping out some fucking, what's it called, satellites right now. So as far as contests go tomorrow, you know, half the battle is just not getting yourself in losing contests. So be smart about that. If you don't know about that, just fucking go watch all my videos where I talk about contest selections. Which, by the way, on my YouTube channel, I did a frequently asked questions where I answered them this week. It only has like 500 views, so maybe go check that out because you probably might have missed it because I just put it out on a random Monday. A great example of a good contest to play is this $100. Look at that, $5,000 to first place. You know who won that contest today? My dude Rob G won it, right? He had a very nice lineup. He played 5 from the morning wave and then like Cam Smith in the afternoon. Honestly, he could have fucking played anybody in that last spot. He won by like 20 points. And, you know, the reason that his lineup wouldn't have been that great in the $15, but in the $100, he just fucking smashed a $5,000 win. Don't play, new guy. You're fucking pumped about $1,000. By the way, Rob G was definitely on my podcast this week. For all of you that don't know, I started a new podcast, The Degenerate 75 Talks Golf with Smart People. And my guest this last week was Rob G. So go check that out. Also, I am going to be starting a Degenerate 75 Talks College Football with Smart People coming up soon. So if you like the cut of my jib, be listening out for that. Let's get to what really matters tomorrow, the weather. And it looks like they're going to fucking have great conditions tomorrow, even less than we had today. I assume the course will probably play a full shot under par tomorrow. The only thing that's really going to save the course is in the afternoon. It will start to get a little warm and a little baked out. We don't have any water coming in tonight, which I've also heard called rain. Let's go check. We're adults. We check more than one site here, new guy. Okay, we're not just going to go off and look. Oh, it's going to get up to a blistering 8 miles an hour tomorrow afternoon. Lastly, let's go check the Weather Channel. Some scholars have argued that they do weather, and you can see very, very little chance at any rain. So tomorrow, I think is going to be super, super scoreable conditions. I think they're going to get after this course. Just looking back at today, let me go over here. By the way, this is Data Golf, what we're going to be using to look at most of these stats. You can go here and see today the course played 0.45 under par. The difference was about a half a shot, which is basically what I thought it would be, and the difference. And I think overall it played a half a shot under. I bet it plays closer to a full shot under tomorrow. Why do I want to know that? Well, that kind of makes me want guys that are going to be pin stalking and going after it. Maybe some guys charging from the back because remember, tomorrow there is no finishing points. If you don't know that, fucking get with it. All you got to do is go click on live tournament stats over here and you can go look at it. And a lot of people get intimidated. They start seeing all these numbers and these different shades of green. And you're like, I don't know what to do. Calm down, big guy. I got you, brother. I got you. So the first thing you want to do is you kind of want to go look at like, well, first of all, we want to consider who's in the cut. For all of you who don't know, the cut is T60 and higher, right? And a good thing that I always like to do is I like to go look at guys that maybe spun their wheels today, you know, shot even, maybe one over or something like that, but we're still, you know, ball striking and stuff like that. Like Mark Leishman actually had a nice ball striking round, even though he shot 1 under, right? Mito Pereira had really good approach today, but was 1 over today, right? Martin Laird had good ball striking today. Couldn't make a fucking putt. But let me go ahead and warn you, Martin Laird can never fucking putt, piece of fuck. Now, here's an interesting one. Somebody like Mackenzie Hughes, a tremendous putter, had great approach today, but didn't putt that well, right? So those are guys, that's like the first thing I like to look at is like maybe go try to find some sleepers from down here because these guys inherently are going to be under-owned because people think that they're playing poorly, and I guess they are playing poorly relative to the guys at the top of the leaderboard, right? I also want to be fully aware of somebody like Corey Connors and Sung J M because Degenerate 75 has this theory. It is not backed on any actual empirical evidence. It is just, I've been living this life for a long time and I fucking know. Corey Connors and Sung J M are the definition of some donkey dick chalk. I'm talking like over 50% owned in some of the tournaments I'm playing in. What the fuck are the same people that played Russell Henley? I digress. Hey, if you played him, I get it, but I don't get it. So, with these guys, now that they barely made the weekend on the number, you'll watch. One of them's going to go fucking ham tomorrow. They're going to just annihilate this course. And so because of that, I like to play guys like that. If they tear it up tomorrow, it's going to kill my week long, but at least I'll have them in Showdown. If they shit the bed tomorrow, it's only going to help my week long because the donkey chalk is just fucking off for another day. So that's also something I like to consider, right? Aaron Wise is another one. Lost 2 strokes on approach today. Worked on missing the cut. Just couldn't fucking get there, so he'll smash tomorrow. Wow, Victor Hovland, nice approach today. Taylor Moore. That guy's got some sick irons. The other thing I like to do is I like to see, like, who killed it today. Get off of here. Who just had the best rounds on the course today? T. Dunks, Will Zalatoris, Kevin Kisner, Troy Merritt, Denny McCarthy, Cam Smith, Sepp Straka, Brian Harmon, Emiliano Grillo. All those guys just tore the course up today. You know how many of those guys I'm going to play tomorrow? None. It is so hard to follow up 2 good rounds in golf, right? Like, it's so hard to follow up a good round with another good round. So that right there makes me already not interested. Second of all, these guys are all going to naturally come in with inflated ownership because people think that they played well today, they'll magically play well tomorrow, and those 2 things are not necessarily connected. So I'm out on those. But what I really want to know is, like, today, who really fucking sucked? And you can see the worst. Wow, Siwoo 3 over. Bounce back candidate Siwoo. JT Poston 2 over. These are only of the guys that that made the cut, right? All these guys are have made the cut. So JT Poston. Ricky Fowler just sucks. I'm never playing Ricky. Aaron Wise, great bounce back. Corey Connors, great bounce back. Right? These are guys that I'm looking at because when they're coming off a poor round, people naturally don't want to play them. If you can get that ownership, you take advantage of it. So that's something I want to do. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, who's going to be the most popular tomorrow? Well, it's pretty simple. Let's go see if our buddies over at Slapdick Fantasy National have round 3 pricing up yet. I'm going to go out on a limb. Oh, my God, look at that. I was about to besmirch their good Christian name. So as you can see for round 3 scoring tomorrow, it looks like we only have 2 guys above 10,000. So we have super soft pricing. Why does that matter? Is that really right? Yeah, I guess Rory and Scheffler didn't make it. So that cuts out a couple of the high-priced guys right there. So you can see the pricing is really soft with a couple of the big names missing it. So it's going to be really easy to cram in 2, maybe 3 of these guys tomorrow. And so with that, here's a general rule. These guys from 9,000 up, actually probably even lower than that, probably from Sungjae all the way up, are going to be relatively popular just because of their salary, because it's so easy to fit 2 or 3 of them into a lineup if they're ball striking. Okay, here's what every tout site is saying tonight. This guy is ball striking but can't make a putt. Okay, yeah, that is a thing to look at, and that is a real thing to help you gain an advantage. But if you think that's advanced level thinking when it comes to Showdown, you're a fucking fish. What you really want to be looking for is maybe some really good players that aren't ball striking. So people will be like, well, I can't play Siwoo. He lost on approach today. Well, I mean, are we just going to fucking forget that Siwoo lit this course on fire on Thursday? Are we just going to act like that never happened? Guys can have bad rounds and can bounce back, right? So I would much rather, you got to be able to look beyond these statistics. If you're just simply looking for ball strikers, if every single guy in your player pool is ball striking the hell out of it, just know you're going to have a pretty chalky player pool because that's what every noob does, right? I don't mind going and playing some ball strikers, especially those guys down at the bottom who had a tough round but were ball striking, right? That's the one time I like to use ball striking. But other than that, I want to go find a guy coming off a shitty round who's traditionally a good ball striker. Corey Connors' approach sucked today. But Corey Connors traditionally has great approach. So I can overlook that. Plus, he's way down there coming off a poor round. And he's donkey chalk for week long. So that checks every box. Matter of fact, the one guy I'm definitely playing tomorrow. Who is it? His name's Corey Connors, which is funny because in week long, he was the one guy who's definitely not playing. And now that his bitch ass made the cut on the number, I will mush him until his children have children. That is how long I will mush Corey Connors. So that is one guy I'm definitely playing. One guy I'm definitely not playing, who is somebody that's just going to be super fucking chalk tomorrow. I have to imagine Tony Finau, Cam Smith are going to be very popular. Oh, Will Zalatoris will be popular. They'll be like, sure, he can keep making pick up 4 strokes putting per round. Okay. Good luck with that, big guy. By the way, Will Zalatoris was my number 1 play today. Part of the reason I smashed so much in Showdown is he was the nuts play, and I just like, that slap dick will go ham today. I just knew it. And he was in the morning wave, and I didn't have him in week long, so it made it very easy to make that decision. Something else to look at is anybody just fucking killing themselves around the green? And that would be something to look at, right? Make sure the guys made the cut. Like Victor Hovland is destroying himself around the green. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, you're smart. You know all this about golf, right? You're thinking, well, that's Victor Hovland. He's bad around the greens because all the guys in the community told me that, so I know that. Okay, well, this is what you don't know, dumbass, is that Victor Hovland is bad around the greens. He's actually pretty average at it. That's such an overblown narrative. But what you don't understand is that in Showdown, we don't give a fuck about that. Because tomorrow, if Victor Hovland hits 17 of 18 greens, we're not going to give a shit about his around the green, are we? We're just going to hope that he's continuing to roll in these putts at 1.43 and that his approach stays hot. And typically speaking, he's very good off the tee. So to me, Victor Hovland spinning his wheels today, coming in, losing almost all of his strokes today around the green, makes him super appetizing, like someone that I definitely want to consider tomorrow. Other guys that really shitted away around the green today, Jesus, Matthew Fitzpatrick had himself a round. Look at that. I mean, if you're one of those guys that just wants to, like, stat fuck, then you have to love Matthew Fitzpatrick. He literally ball struck and putted today, and looks like he left at least almost 2 full strokes out there just around the green. That's insane. Other guys, Hayden Buckley. I will warn you, Hayden Buckley fucking sucks around the greens. But if he can hit all his greens in regulations tomorrow, or even 16 or 17 of them, he's going to have so many birdie putts that fucking around the green won't matter. Remember, this is one round, 18 holes. We're not over 72 holes around the green does matter more. But in a single round where you're trying to hit 6 nuts plays, if you're sweating around the green, you don't got the nuts play anyway, brother. Let's see. Other ones. Ches, I just, what the fuck ever with Ches. My man, Mackenzie Hughes, can't putt or chip, but can fucking has approach. What, am I living in the twilight zone? These are things to consider. Cam Young, he's going to be a great candidate. He gave away almost 3 shots on and around the green. Yeah, I know his approach wasn't that great, but, I don't know. Seems like to me it's pretty obvious. Last thing to look at, did anybody kill themselves around the green today that made the cut? Because that could have just been a ball or 2 in the water or something like that. And to assume that they're just going to do that round over round, I think is disingenuous. Dylan Vertelli. Look at that. Look at that. Nice approach today. Not great off the tee. Anybody else? These are horrendous off the tee numbers. Taylor Moore. Another great example. What I'm trying to do here, new guys, I'm trying to teach you how to go look at these stats and find your own picks. If you're sitting here writing down every name I'm saying, you're a moron, because I'm not going to be playing a lot of these guys I'm saying. I'm saying these are guys for you to consider. That's what makes this YouTube channel different than all the other ones, is I'm not going to fucking feed you fish. I'm going to teach you how to fish, and you're going to go do this shit yourself. All this stuff I'm showing you right here over my shoulder, this is data golf. None of it is behind the paywall. You just go look at live tournament stats, and you could look at all this stuff I'm looking at. Not to mention, I've told you what to look at and some things that you can look at to try to find a nice sleeper or two, right? You can also look at the full event, just round 1. I really wouldn't look at round 1 because who the fuck cares? I want to see today round 2, and I want to see for the entire event. Those are things to look at. Those are things to consider, right? Last thing I want to show you is maybe you go look at round 3 scores. Who are good round 3 scores? Is this my round 3 scoring? Did I fucking close it out? Where the hell did you go? I did. I closed you out, didn't I? Ain't this a bitch? Look at this. Completely not prepared. Oh, no, I know what happened. If I can switch back over to, what's it called? So I'll just do it. We'll do it live. We will do it live on the air. We're just going to go 12 rounds. We are going to go round 3 scoring, and we're going to keep this to the last 12 months. By the way, this is Fantasy National. This is no endorsement. I endorse cut sweats. That's what you should be doing. So some guys who are really good at round 3 scoring that aren't obvious. Well, I mean, Matthew Fitzpatrick, but he's really good, right? Sebastian Munoz, Taylor Pendrith, J.J. Spawn, Mito Pereira, Gary Woodland, Aaron Rye. By the way, I hope all these guys made the cut. All right, they did. Maverick McNeely, Max Homa. These are names that, of course, all the best players are going to be good on round 3s. They're good at every fucking round, okay? And so those are some guys that maybe are surprisingly good round 3 scores. Now, I will say J.J. Spawn, I highly doubt all those great round 3s he had is when he was leading at the 36 hole. All right. So what I need you to do, I need you to go like and sub to my channel, right? We're almost at 1,300. The shit's growing fast. It's only going to go faster during college and NFL football. So get in there now while it's still cool. Go check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel or get more content. I think that's all we got. We've covered the one guy I'm definitely not playing. Look at that. I don't even know my own shtick. The one guy I'm definitely not playing tomorrow is Will Zalatoris. Not a fucking chance I'm going to go chasing that round again. picking up 4 strokes putting. He might do great tomorrow, but there's not a fucking chance I'm going to play him at 24% ownership. Get the fuck out of here. You get out of here. Okay, we went over who's going to be the most owned. I gave you some stats to look at. You're going to like and sub for me. We've went over the weather. I'm going over my board, making sure I didn't skip anything. I hope you saw my big announcement on the Wednesday night stream. If you didn't, you're a fucking loser. I will see you again tomorrow for round 4. Go check out my pod. So much shit coming up. I hope you kick ass like the Discord did today at Showdown. I will see you guys tomorrow. You have a good night. Enjoy my outro, you motherfather.